Hi everybody, a portion of this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's something that I have used and found to be really useful and helpful for myself, and hopefully will be beneficial for at least some of you, so enjoy! Hi everybody, welcome to what I'm convinced is the coldest house in the UK right now. If you have been watching my videos lately, the renovation stuff has been kind of really kicking off in full speed. I kind of organised new windows when I first moved in, which was April time, I think. We've had single glazing windows, which are really old for one thing, but also terrible for insulation, so bad for one, your heating bill, but also your energy consumption, but also not very secure. And now I've got a kid, I wanted to make the house sort of more kid-friendly, I suppose. However, there was a delay in the factory because of COVID and because of like the supply chain and all that stuff. So the windows I bought back in April are only just ready now at the beginning of December. Not really a problem, to be honest, but of course, when you take windows out, you have nothing until you put the new windows in. And it just happened to coincide with a storm that we had in the UK recently. What was the storm called? Storm Arwen, I think. I might make that name up, but storm something. Anyway, it got cold. Not really super cold, like -2. So, you know, chilly. But obviously it's been impossible to heat the house with just a big gaping hole. So what I've got so far, downstairs, as you can see from the mess here, this window is half done. The two on the side are finished. It would have been done by now, but unfortunately when the guys were installing the big one in the middle, the glass cracked. Not the end of the world, these things happen. They're replacing it tomorrow. But of course now they've got the new fit on the sides and an old fit in the middle, so it doesn't actually work. It's actually a big gaping hole. However, at least I've got some windows in. Upstairs is a different story in the bedroom. The guys are currently up there. My house, in fact, I wonder if I can just show you. My house has just got a big hole in it. So it's impossible to heat. Hang on a sec. Let's go out here and see if I can show you. Yeah, fair to say it's quite chilly in the house. I mean, obviously it's all going to be totally worth it when it's done in the end. In fact, when I bought the windows initially, the guy who sold them to me said that compared to single glazing, double glazing keeps in like 60% more heat, which one means that your house is warmer, but also reduces your energy consumption and also, you know, your energy costs, which is good for everyone. Better for the world, better for the planet, better for my pocket, all that stuff. However, it's too cold in this house right now, so it's only me here. It's not a nice experience in here. Obviously the living room is sort of unusable right now, but also there's like a thick blanket of dust on everything from the work that's been going on, so it's just not nice for Sarah or the baby to be here. And actually upstairs in the bedroom is worse right now because they've done most of this once they replaced the pane that they've broken. It's kind of just a case of tidying up. In the bedroom though, they've just started and it is a shit show. So actually, I've been driving, I drove Sarah and Margot to her parents' house in the Cotswolds, and I've been sort of driving there to spend the evenings with them because I really miss them, but then coming back here because I need to be here because I've got work here that I need to get done. And also I've got scaffolding coming tomorrow to help the guys do their bit upstairs. So I've got to be around, but it's cold and it's miserable and it's lonely. So I'm driving 2 hours to go and hang out with my kid and with Sarah for a couple of hours of time and then just driving back again. Hey ho, it's working, it's worth it. The house will be glorious soon. In other news, and use your imagination a bit here, ignore the fact that there's carpet, there's floor protector and there's wood here and there's carpet protector there, but the hallway is nearly done. I'm going to put a load of artwork along here, and like this needs another coat of paint and stuff, but otherwise the colour scheme, we're getting there. This is the bedroom, and obviously I'm not sleeping in there tonight, so I am going up the top here. The issue with being up the top here is that the radiators don't work at all up here. At least downstairs I can turn the radiators on. I mean, a lot of the heat's escaping through the window hole and everything, but up here they just don't work, and it's probably colder than anywhere else. But all I'm going to do, and also obviously we've got the painters bits and bobs up here, and we've got just like boxes and stuff. So I'm going to clear the bed and I'm going to put the double thick duvet on, and this will be me tonight. Yay! I'm in my office. It's actually much warmer now. I think the window in the bedroom is back on. So what they do is they take it down and replace it in the day so that you're not left overnight with a big hole in your house. And then they come back the next day and they take it down again while they actually fit it properly. And then they come back the next day and they repair all the damage and tidy it up and everything. So downstairs is nearly done. Bedroom is day one. And then they're going up to the very top of the house on, I think, the beginning of next week, because there's a really small window above a toilet up there which is rotten, so I need to replace it. Anyway, I've gone around the house with my radiator key here and bled all the radiators to try and make the most out of the heating. And actually, it's picking up. It's not so bad anymore, which means I can take my shoes off. I've been rocking around with my shoes on because my slippers just weren't cutting it. So I could finally take my shoes off in the house. Anyway, if you remember my last video, if you watched my last video, I was talking about how I really struggled with working from home, like the guilt. One, the time management of being a working from home dad. I mentioned that I thought it was going to be the best thing in the world because I would be able to be at home, and because my job's flexible, I can stop doing my job and I can look after the baby. I can take part in changing nappies and playtime and bath time and all this stuff, but also work. In reality, it has not worked out that way at all. What it actually has meant is that I'm not around enough to be a good dad during the day, but also not around at work enough to be productive at work. Now, this is the busiest time of year for me. It's Christmas, it's the whole Black Friday, Cyber Week thing, and it just coincided with having the busiest spell of the year just when Margot was ready for me to sort of start going back to work. And I've really, really struggled with the time management, like just the physicalities of it, like the logistics of it, but also the guilt. Because when I'm here, locked away in my office, and I can hear the baby crying and I'm leaving Sarah to deal with it, I feel like I should be doing dad stuff. But of course I have to work because I have a house to run and I need to earn money so I can look after my daughter. So it's been really, really tricky. And I thought that being away from home would kind of help actually, but in a roundabout way I'm kind of away from home. In actual fact, it's Sarah and Margot who are away from home while I'm left here to get work done. And the guilt is worse now, which is really confusing because I kind of thought out of sight, out of mind if I wasn't kind of around hearing Margot cry or knowing that Sarah's doing all the parenting on her own throughout the day. I thought I would be kind of cool with that. But actually, because I'm now distant, through necessity, because we've got no windows, because I'm now distant, I feel more guilty because I know that Sarah's doing everything and I can't help, even if I wanted to, if I had the capacity to. And it's really kind of thrown me for a loop. So as I mentioned, this is the busiest time of year for me. Weirdly, more busy this year than I have been in previous years. And I wonder if that's something to do with, the goings on in the world. Last year, obviously we had COVID and Christmas was cancelled in the UK. So perhaps brands that wanted to work with me last year and weren't able to are now doubling down this year. Regardless, I've been really, really busy, which is great. I'm working with a company on this video too, and it's been really helpful, particularly in light of my parenting conundrums. So I'm working with BetterHelp on this video. I've mentioned them before. The last time I spoke to you guys about them was just before Margot was born. I don't know if you remember, we were going through all of the hectic stuff on the house. The house was in terrible condition. Every room was being replastered. There was dust everywhere. And I felt like I was failing my family because Sarah was so close to giving birth and the house was so far from being ready. As it happened, we got it all together. And so usually I talk to my therapist, right? You know this, you've been watching me for long enough. I speak to her kind of a lot of it's just sort of mental admin at this point, unless I have something specific to talk about. I would have really liked to talk to her about this stuff, but she's away at the moment. So I got back in touch with BetterHelp. Now, because I already have an account there and I've already been set up with my therapist, it was super easy. All I had to do is sort of send a message and then book a time in and have a video call. If you don't know what BetterHelp is, it isn't a crisis line, it isn't self-help, it's not like a quick fix, it's actual therapy from professional qualified therapists. You are carefully matched with someone that they think would suit you based on your needs. However, if you feel like you're not matched for any reason, perhaps you don't feel totally understood, perhaps there's sort of some communication barrier, whatever it may be, you can change very, very easily. You can talk to them however you wish. You can do one-off video calls, you can set up a weekly or a monthly or a whatever session, or you can just use the messaging system on the platform. Kind of whatever works for you. Also, because it's on the internet, you can be matched with anybody, which is super helpful, because obviously if you are traveling to a therapist, then you are limited sort of geographically to somebody who's near you, which one makes it more expensive, but also means that you're kind of slightly limited to who you may match with based on just where you happen to live. With this, because you can be matched with anybody from anywhere on the planet, you can find someone who's really specific or really tailored or really kind of understands what you need. Now, obviously, we all talk about mental health on the internet right now, and that's really, really great. But I feel like sometimes it can be quite superficial, right? Because I can talk about it from my perspective, and I always do, because I'm very open about it, but I'm also completely aware that my perspective is very specific. My anxiety at the moment is caused by being a dad and my work-life balance and my windows. I very much doubt many other people are having the exact same specific anxiety. So the things that are making me feel worried and the ways that I can combat it aren't going to apply to most of the people watching this. And so I think it's really important, so rather than just be superficial and just talk about our perspectives, to actually give a resource and to give an avenue for people to explore themselves. Now, they've also given a discount, but if you use the link betterhelp.com/Chapman, it's on screen right now, you get 10% off your first month, and you can try it out for yourself. Look who it is! Long distance dadding.
You say hi, Daddy.
Hey, gorgeous. Hi. Cute. Hi, baby, I miss you. Oh.
Who is it?
Obsessed. Okay, so the window guys have just packed up for the evening. Let's go see. Oh, it's cold in here, I tell you that. Blimey, okay. Right, new windows. Kind of, you can see that they are unfinished around. Oh wow, they made a big old hole there, haven't they? They put all this right. In fact, downstairs, they've already sort of painted over the mess they made, so they do a really good job. Totally worth it, like I said, but oh, it's chilly in here, I tell you that. I've been having an absolute nightmare. Suddenly, really, really cold again. I think it'd been creeping on, but I hadn't realised. So I told you that I bled all the radiators to make sure I had heat at the top of the house. But what I thought, oh, next door, it's got Christmas lights on. That's fun. Hang on. Let me show, not next door, across the street. That's fun. Let me show you that. And my TV's come on. Why has my TV come on? Anyway, look. Can you see that? That's cool, isn't it? You can't really see it. Because my camera's not really working. It looks much better in real life. Anyway, having a nightmare because I bled all the radiators to make sure there's no air in the system. But of course, when the air comes out, the pressure drops. And I forgot, because I'm an idiot, to re-add the pressure. And suddenly I was like, why am I really cold? The heating should be working. So it took me about 25 minutes to remember that I didn't add in the pressure. Re-added the pressure, fine, heating kicked in, and actually it's getting nice and toasty now, apart from in the office, which is the room that I'm hanging out in because I can't watch TV in there, so I'm going to play PlayStation in my office and just sort of chill for the evening. No heat in there. I've re-added pressure. Weirdly, I've got some radiators now that are like kicking out heat and some that are doing nothing, so I'm currently going through and trying to adjust so that everything is giving out like a, a more medium amount. For some reason, the rest of the house is fine, but my office is cold. I've been very naughty and I ordered my dinner. I got a burger sent to my house just because, to be honest, a lot of my living room is currently in my kitchen and it's not like the most conducive environment to cook in. Plus, it's been a fairly long day, so I'm going to end this video here, enjoy my burger, and I am watching Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I've just bought it from the Sky store. Very excited to see this movie. I really like Tom Hardy. I really like Woody Harrelson. I really like Venom. I'm not expecting much in terms of like story, but in terms of visuals and fun, I've got high expectations. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.